Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hashmi and I am presenting you a social issue causes of poverty. In this presentation, we discuss content which is shown on your screen. First of all, we discuss about what is poverty. Poverty is an economic state where people are experiencing shortage or the lack of certain commodities that are required for the lives of human beings like money and material things. Therefore, poverty is a multi-phased concept inclusive of social, economic, and political element. So, poverty is a state where people are not getting the basic need for the human being due to money and other things. But poverty have multi-concept in our society. Social element of a society have different concept. Economically, it have different concept. Politically, it have different concept. Next, we discuss about basic human needs. The headings showing on your screen are arranged respectively as it is important in the life of human being like physiological needs, safety needs, love and belonging, esteem, self-actualization. Due to money, they are unavailable. So, if a person is in state of poverty, so he cannot get the basic needs which is most important for the human being. Let's have a look on type of poverty. There are six types of poverty: absolute poverty, relative poverty, situational poverty, generational poverty, rural poverty, and urban poverty. Now, my fellow member describe you about the type of poverty.
Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. This is Mohammed Shan Khan, 21014. Poverty and its types. Poverty. Poverty is an economic state where people are experiencing scarcity or lack of certain commodities that are required for lives of human beings like money and material things. Therefore, poverty is a multifaceted concept inclusive of social and economic political elements. The word poverty comes from French origin like pauvreté, which means poor. There are six types of poverty like absolute poverty, relative poverty, situational poverty, generational poverty, rural poverty, and urban poverty. Now let us understand them one by one. Absolute poverty, also known as extreme poverty or abject poverty, it involves the scarcity of basic food, clean water, health, shelter, education, and information. Those who belong to absolute poverty tend to struggle to live, experience a lot, to live and experience a lot of deaths of young children from preventable diseases like malaria, cholera, and water contamination related diseases. This is called absolute poverty. Now, the second, the relative poverty surroundings, hence, it is measure of income inequality. For example, family can be considered poor if it cannot afford vacations or cannot buy presents like gifts for children at Christmas, or cannot send its young to the university for higher education. Usually, relative poverty is measured as the percentage of population with income less than some fixed proportion of median income. This is called relative poverty. Situational poverty, it is a temporary poverty based on occurrence of an adverse event like environmental disaster, job loss, or severe health problem. The fourth is generational poverty. It is handed over by individual like to generation, one generation to another. This is more complicated as there is no escape because the people are trapped in its cause and unable to access the tools that are required to get out of it. This is called generational poverty. These usually live in villages and small towns. Stuff. The fifth one, that is rural poverty. It occurs in rural areas with below 50,000. It is an area of there are less job opportunities, less to access services. These support these have less support of disabilities and equality education opportunities. People are tending to live mostly on the farming and villages. And the sixth one, that is urban poverty. It occurs in metropolitan areas with population over 50,000 like Karachi and Islamabad, and they have limited access to health, education, inadequate housing and services, and violent and unhealthy environment because of the overcrowding.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Salman, and today's my presentation topic is poverty and its different type. So now I start my presentation. First of all, definition of poverty. The word comes from Old French "pauvret", Modern French "pauvret", from Latin "pauvres" and from "pauvre" means poor. Sociological definition of poverty: the state of one who lack a usual or social acceptable amount of money or material possessions is a condition in which people lack what they need to live. What is poverty? Now, poverty is a condition where the basic needs of a family like food, shelter, clothes, and education are not fulfilled. It can lead to other problems like poor literacy, unemployment, malnutrition, etc. A poor person is not able to get education due to lack of money and therefore remains unemployment. Solution: poverty cause and solution. The various social issues and contribute largely to poverty are education and illiteracy. Lack of education and illiteracy is majorly responsible for poverty in Pakistan. Due to increase in the illiteracy rate, unemployment rises and resultantly poverty rates increase. Some causes of poverty. Number 1, social injustification, lack of infrastructure, lack of government support, lack of good job, and etc.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sumaya. Today I am going to tell you about effect of poverty on society. Poverty is linked with negative conditions such as substandard housing, homelessness, inadequate nutrition, and food insecurity, lack of access to healthcare, unsafe neighborhoods, and under-resourced schools, which adversely impact our nation's children. The poverty effect on the mental, emotional, and behavioral health of our children. Poverty effects of education, health, children development, crime, economy, and on our environment. There are many effects of poverty on society. Some are listed below: hunger, health problems, crime, child labor. Child labor is the biggest effect on the world. Child labor is often defined as work that deprives children of their childhood, their potential, and their dignity, and that is harmful to physical and mental development. It refers to work that is mentally, physically, socially, or morally dangerous and harmful to the children. There are many effects of poverty on society. Some are listed below: hunger, health problems, crime, child labor, poor education, climate change, conflict, a short rate of economic development, less productivity in agriculture, and many other examples are as well.
Hello, hope you are doing well. This is Syed Ahmed Arif Hashmi. Today I'm talking about causes of poverty. There are many causes of poverty, some are listed below: lack of education, overpopulation, unemployment, access to nutritious food, inequality. So, we are talking about first lack of education. The root cause of poverty is lack of education. The level of person education is directly related to their earning potential. And overpopulation, rapidly growing population creates economic and social problems such as housing, education, health, transport, water, power, etc. Unemployment. Unemployment creates poverty due to the loss of income. When a person is jobless, he/she cannot earn better income, and due to the lack of income, their families cannot meet living expenses. And access to nutritious food. Globally, there are more than 2 billion people who don't have access to clear water at home, while over 800 million suffer from hunger. Up to 70% of rural Pakistan has no access to clean water. Inequality. There are four kinds of inequality in Pakistan: gender, region, economic class, and social identity. These forms of inequality represents vicious circle of poverty in and inequality. Okay, so that's it. It's end.
In question number 3E, you can see that there are 10 frames, right? So denominator will remain same, that is 10. How many whole of the 10 frames are consumed? Like the first, only one. So one is a whole number over here, and in the another one, how many coins are there, or how many squares are occupied? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that, here the denominator will remain same, that is 10. Two 10 frames are fully consumed, so it is like 2. And the last one, which you can see over here, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's how they're supposed to write the mixed number on workbook page number 99, and they have to complete exercise number 3 only.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Abdullah Khan, and today the topic of my presentation is who is affected by poverty. Global extreme poverty index rose for the first time in 20 years because of the COVID-19 pandemic, which led 120 million additional people living under the line of poverty as a result, which is expected to rise to 150 by the end of 2021. About 132 million of the global poor population live in areas with high flood risk. Half of them are children and women. Many people who had barely escaped extreme poverty could be forced back into by the convergence of COVID-19, conflict, and climate change. The new poor will be more urban than chronic poor, be more engaged in informal services and manufacturing and less agriculture, less in congested urban settings, and work in the sectors most affected by lockdowns and mobility restrictions. Middle income countries such as India and Nigeria will significantly be affected. Middle income countries may be home to 82% of the new poor population.
My name is Surahil Ali Ahmed. My ID is 19523. My topic is poverty. What is poverty? Poverty is about not having enough money to meet basic needs, including food, clothing, and shelter. However, poverty is much more than just not having enough money. My next heading is causes of poverty lead to crime. Poverty can lead to high levels of stress that in turn may lead individuals to commit theft, robbery, or other violent act. My next heading is how to reduce poverty and crime. We cannot prevent poverty, but we can reduce poverty by doing help and support the needy ones who are not even capable to afford their basic survival needs. My conclusion is if we start thinking about other as well, then we will see how people surviving their lives with bundles of problems, poverty can and many more. So this is our responsibility to help those who are actually in need, and we can also spread awareness and raise.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? Hope you're all doing great. My name is Shumail Hassan Khan. Today, my presentation topic is how do we fix poverty? So let's get started from the introduction. As you all know, this is a very serious topic because in Pakistan, poverty percentage ratio is very high. And in 2007, estimated rate of poverty was 17.2% of the total population. And in 2001, International Monetary Fund helped Pakistan to reduce poverty. But now, according to a report of Ministry of Planning and Development in the National Assembly of Pakistan, is still about 24.3% Pakistani, which is equal to almost 55 million people are live below in poverty. And this is really a very serious issue for us, and we have to think about it. Basically, there are three innovation solutions to reducing poverty in Pakistan. The first one is Ehsas program. The second one is the Benazir Income Support program. And the third one is Kamyab Jawan program. Let's talk about the first one. So this program is launched in 2019. So we all know about this pandemic situation. Millions of people have lost their job, and most of the people kicked out of the company just because of company is not earning that much money and they can't afford bunch of employees. And this program is giving a cash to those people which are in a very low income and have some financial problems. Right now, this program is helping around 12 million families, and it provides almost 12,000 Pakistani rupees to each family so they can fulfill their basic needs. The second program is Benazir Income Support Program, that is BISP. So this program is launched in 2008. Basically, the purpose of this program was to give cash to those people which are struggling for their lives. And if I told you about this program, so this program is still the largest support program in Pakistan. This program distributed approximately 90 billion Pakistani rupees to more than 5 million Pakistani, which are in very low condition. And this program also provide credit card system, so the person can transfer their payments easily. And this program especially helps women and to those people which are jobless in a very bad condition. The third program is Kamyab Jawan program. So this third program is the newest one in Pakistan, and it is launched by our great Prime Minister Imran Khan and this government and their government. Sorry, this program helps our youth on a national level. As we all know that everyone has their own goals, but some of the people can't get their goals just because they are not in a good condition. So this program helps our youth and give our youth a startup so they can do whatever they want to do. Basically, as we all know, poverty rate ratio in Pakistan is becoming higher. So we have to take a step. So the conclusion of this topic is, so if we conclude this topic, so we all know that poverty is very major issue. Is very major issue, not in Pakistan, but in the whole world. And this needs to be stopped because we don't know about the life of our poorest village people. Many peoples are dying just because they don't have good food for them. They really don't have even not a fresh water, and most of these peoples are children. And this is a very deadly issue, and it is killing our population. And we have to take action and fight against it. Fight against it, inshallah. Uh, we will do it, and thank you so much.